The most dangerous lies are not the ones forced on you by others, but the ones your own mind quietly reinforces every day. You wake up believing you see the world as it is, that you evaluate facts fairly, that your opinions are shaped by evidence. Yet beneath this confidence operates a hidden psychological force that bends reality to fit your beliefs. It does not announce itself. It does not feel irrational. It feels like intelligence, clarity, and common sense. This force is confirmation bias, and once you understand how it works, you begin to realize how rarely you are actually changing your mind. Confirmation bias is not about ignorance or lack of intelligence. It is about how the human brain is wired. Your brain evolved to survive, not to discover truth. In an uncertain world, holding stable beliefs reduced anxiety and helped groups function cohesively. As a result, the brain developed a powerful preference for information that confirms what it already believes. Neuroscience research shows that when you encounter information that supports your views, reward circuits in the brain activate, releasing dopamine. It feels good to be right. When you encounter information that contradicts your beliefs, threat-related regions activate instead, producing discomfort, irritation, or even anger. Your brain interprets disagreement as danger. This creates a subtle but relentless distortion. You do not search for information neutrally. You scan the world for confirmation. You click articles that align with your views. You trust experts who agree with you. You dismiss data that challenges you as biased, flawed, or malicious. Over time, your mental environment becomes an echo chamber, even if you believe you are open-minded. Psychological experiments show that people exposed to the same evidence often walk away more polarized, not less, because each side focuses on the parts that support their existing position and ignores the rest. What makes confirmation bias especially powerful is that it operates invisibly. You are rarely aware that you are filtering reality. Your brain presents the selected information as the facts. Contradictory evidence does not feel like something to consider, it feels wrong. This is why debates are often go nowhere. Both sides believe they are following logic, while both are actually protecting a narrative. The brain's goal is not accuracy. It is coherence. It wants the world to make sense according to the story it already tells. Confirmation bias also reshapes memory. Studies in cognitive psychology show that people remember information that supports their beliefs more clearly and forget or distort information that does not. Over time, your memory itself becomes biased evidence in favor of your worldview. You recall moments when you were proven right, and conveniently lose track of the times you were wrong. This selective memory strengthens confidence, even when that confidence is built on incomplete data. Your brain then uses this distorted memory as justification for future beliefs, reinforcing the cycle. Bias does not stop at ideas, it extends to people. Once you label someone as trustworthy or untrustworthy, competent or incompetent, your brain hunts for behavior that confirms the label. Their mistakes or successes are interpreted through that lens. This is why reputations, once formed, are so hard to change. It is not that people cannot change. It is that your brain resists seeing the change. Confirmation bias locks your perception in place, making growth, yours and others, harder to recognize. Perhaps the most unsettling aspect of confirmation bias is that intelligence does not protect you from it. In fact, research suggests that highly intelligent individuals are often better at rationalizing their beliefs. They are more skilled at constructing arguments, finding supporting evidence, and dismissing opposing views. Intelligence becomes a tool for defense rather than discovery. This is why experts can disagree fiercely, why educated societies remain divided, and why confidence is often mistaken for correctness. The cost of confirmation bias is not abstract. It shapes real decisions with real consequences. In medicine, it can lead to misdiagnosis when a clinician fixates on an early assumption and overlooks conflicting symptoms. In business, it can cause leaders to ignore warning signs because they conflict with a favored strategy. In relationships, it can trap people in false narratives about others' intentions. In personal growth, it can keep you stuck in outdated beliefs about who you are and what you are capable of becoming. Your brain tells you that changing your mind is weakness. Neuroscience tells a different story. Updating beliefs requires energy, humility, and emotional tolerance. It demands that the brain override comfort in favor of accuracy. This is why change feels hard. But studies also show that when people actively seek disconfirming evidence and remain curious rather than defensive, cognitive flexibility increases. The brain becomes better at learning, adapting, and integrating complexity. Escaping confirmation bias does not mean abandoning all beliefs or living in constant doubt. It means treating beliefs as provisional rather than permanent. It means asking, what evidence would change my mind, and genuinely engaging with that evidence when it appears. It means recognizing the emotional signals, defensiveness, irritation, certainty, as warnings, not proofs. Those feelings often indicate that confirmation bias is at work. Your brain will always prefer comfort over challenge, familiarity over truth, and consistency over correction. That preference is built into your biology. But awareness gives you leverage. The moment you realize that your mind is not a neutral judge but a biased advocate, you gain the ability to step back. You stop mistaking agreement for truth and disagreement for threat. And in that space, something rare becomes possible. Genuine understanding, not because the world has changed, but because you are finally seeing it with fewer filters.